Welcome to Book Crew. We are on KCCC, 9:30 a.m. in Carlsbad, New Mexico, on Mondays at noon. We're available on YouTube and Rumble under the Task Force Geek banner. And by the time you hear this, we'll be on every major podcast aggregator out there. I am writer and marketing Jedi Dirk Hooper, and I'm joined as always by author and editor Beth A. Freely. How you doing, Beth?
I'm doing good, Dirk. How are you doing?
I'm going crazy.
Well, that's nothing new. Aren't we both going crazy? I mean, I think that's typical for us. Yeah,
for sure. I'm going particularly crazy. This episode is going to air on Monday, the 19th, 2025. And the next day, which is less than a week away, is when I launch Dominatrix Squad, which is my book. And as I told Beth earlier, I'm behind on everything you can imagine. The last time that I launched a book, which granted was quite some time ago, I had all of my ducks in a row and everything was taken care of. This time nothing is done besides just uploading the ebook. I did do that. It looks great. It looks great, but I still have to do the print version of both the paperback and the hardback book, solicit that through Ingram, and I haven't contacted any of my street team or anything, so I'm freaking out.
You are slacking, sir. You are slacking big time.
It's just life and illness.
I've come to the conclusion
everything else has conspired against me. It may be. And this is the life of an indie author. As you know, I already have my mind kind of on the next little project. And so, I just need to get this thing out the door and just do my best to promote it on the back end. Amazon is doing something that I didn't have with the first book, in that if you do a search for the book, it doesn't come up. It just doesn't. I've had
that issue with mine. Yeah, I've had that issue with mine.
Really?
Search on your name. Yeah, search on your name, or go into, bring up your.
It's under my pen name, which is Asher Lake.
And then, okay. So
and if you search Asher Lake, you can find the original book. And if you search for the new book, if you search for the new book, the old book comes up. So now, what's up with that?
Usually, I find that when I have titles that don't show up on Amazon, what I usually do is I'll click on one of the titles that does show up, and I'll click on my name and make sure it's in my KDP.
It's in there.
Bookshelf.
Yep. It's in there.
So,
and when you go to the old book, it listed as part of the series. So it's there. It's on the site. I have pre-sales.
Okay, so I see it. So what I did was I typed in Asher Lake, and Dominatrix Boss came up, and then I just clicked on your name, Asher Lake, and it brings me to your Asher Lake page, and I can see it. I see Dominatrix Squad right there. So it is in there.
Right. I just don't understand what it's like. How are people going to find it? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could directly send everyone to it, but I mean, I'm kind of relying on Amazon to help my butt out a little, please.
Yeah, Amazon.
Please.
Yeah, I love Amazon. Yeah.
I got to get some reviews on that thing. Anyway, so I'm freaking out, but that doesn't matter. I just want to encourage everyone who's listening to this, please, go buy my book. It's cheap. I think I'm going to keep it cheap for about a week. So now's the time to buy the thing. It'll be available one day after we broadcast this episode, and from then on till the end of time, hopefully. And if you do pick it up, please leave me a review, because that's the next thing I'm going to worry about forever. Look, one of the things that we talked about when we started this thing is that we wanted to be able to react to our writers and our community, and to do episodes specifically for the purpose of helping them get the message out about things. That's what this episode is about. A few days ago, I saw some posts by our guests said that they were looking for some ARC readers and they might be looking for some additional authors for a book series. And so we did this episode special to help them get the word out about the project, about what they're looking for, and then about what it's like to do a shared book project. And so let's welcome back to the show Patricia Bates and Angel Nix.
Hi.
Woohoo!
Hi.
So for those of
Thanks
you
for having us again.
You're
Yes,
certainly
yes,
welcome.
I love
for
talking
sure.
with you
Yes.
guys. I have bragged about how fun it is just to chat with you guys on the podcast. So
Thank you.
You also shared like cold hard numbers. I mean, you shared like a sheet that told what your sales were, and said
Yeah.
that you attributed our episode to
Yeah,
helping you
absolutely.
out.
absolutely, because until this episode, my episode on May 31st or March 31st went live, my sales were kind of dismal. But by mid-April, they jumped, and I'm still at almost $1,000 right now. I'm at $870 some dollars, and it's the middle of May. So I'm going to hit close to the $2,000 mark again by the end of this month, most likely.
That's
And
amazing.
the only
Wonderful.
difference is your podcast. So yeah.
And we haven't
Gotta
even
love that.
fantastic.
gone fully live yet. We're about
Yeah.
to put this on as an audio podcast, and so once we do that, I think we're going to kind of explode. And
Oh, wow.
so
That's gonna be awesome.
there may be another round for all of you, and hopefully the rest of us.
Oh,
For
and
those
I
of you
do
who
have
are,
Dominatrix Squad as a pre-order. I have pre-ordered your book.
you do.
Oh, there we
Yes,
go.
I
Yay!
You. So it is out there. It is
Yeah.
available, whether I can find it on Amazon or not.
Yep, I have pre-ordered your book.
Thank
Well,
you
you
very
posted the
much.
link after you got the pre-order set up, and I was like, "Oh, gotta snag it."
That is awesome.
Just the
I
cover
mean,
made me want it. I'm like, the graphics that
Really?
you put with it, I'm like, gotta have that, because yeah, I love covers that just pull me in. I've actually purchased books that I did not know the author, did not even bother to read the blurb. The cover was like
Mhm.
the sell. Yours was like the cover. I'm like, gotta have it. Like, I don't know
Wow.
anything about it, but I gotta have it.
well, that's awesome. The erotic writing that I do, it's not for everyone.
Well, I
But
write
hopefully-
smut, so
I know. Just to tell everyone, it's not like
Yeah.
a general audience's book and stuff. It's like a niche of a
Yeah.
niche. But the next thing I do, which I'm still not announcing, it will be a little bit, I mean, not general audiences, but it'll be a little closer to that. I'll have my actual name on it, and I'll be able to talk about it. But hey, let's talk about your project. First, I want to say, for people who are interested, Patricia Bates' episode was May 5th, 2025 on YouTube and Rumble, and Angel Nix was our first episode, and that aired on 3/31 on YouTube and Rumble. Again, if you're listening to this as a podcast, that will not correspond, because we're going to probably dump all of these. There'll be like 6 or 7 episodes that we dump in there all at the same time.
Sorry.
But Angel Nix will still be our first episode, just so you know.
aw.
Okay, so anyone can take this question. What is STARR?
STARR is a paramilitary group. It's my brainchild, and it is an organization that's put together by law enforcement, military, counterterrorism organization, that the agents who work in it are ghosts. And when I say ghosts, I don't mean the paranormal kind. These are men and women who have unique skill sets, and often work under the radar, They operate within the law as much as possible, but they're also morally gray. So their motto is to save the world, we'll burn it down. And so the series is based on different agents solving crimes and dealing with different things. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
So this is going to be a shared world series.
Yes.
Where each writer writes a different part of the world, correct?
Yes.
What authors are involved so far? And you don't have to name them all unless you have a list there. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Well, the three of us
are in it. PT Macias is in there. Dakota is in there. We have Lily Morgan and LaRue is in there. Altogether, there are 10 authors, and we are actually booking out into April of next year. We're doing a release every 2 weeks. And we're booking out into April of next year. We have several authors who are going to be doing multiple books in the series, which is phenomenal.
And I blame my MMC. I'm sorry, I blame Kaysen.
It's just They do. And we are actually currently looking for, I would like to get at least 2 more authors involved. If not 4. If we did 4, that would be the same number of authors that we had for the Hexes and O series that Angel and I are a part of. And I think it would be a lot of fun. And we would definitely, the talent that has come to the table with their stories is just, it's amazing. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, we also have Eliza Kay, M.A. Destiny, and L.A. Remenicki.
Yes.
How much of STARR is already developed and how much is left to each author?
So STARR itself, the organization, is fully developed. I developed that a couple of years ago. It was originally a brainchild that I wrote for when I was back in traditional publishing. Then I got the rights back and I started playing around with it. And I'm like, I think this could go someplace. And so the world is developed. The agency itself is developed. And then each author gets to pick their character and their location that they are operating out of.
And I'm just going to say this. I was in Hexes and O's with Patricia. She was the one who put that collab together. I told her, if she ever puts any other collabs together, I'm in. I don't care what it is, I am in. Because she did such a phenomenal job with that.
Same here.
She did such a phenomenal job with that, and I'm loving Agents of STARR. So I'm in.
Very cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Patricia, you and I did that Christmas anthology with Lorelei Ireland, right? Yeah. Yes. That was the first one that you and I did together. Yeah,
that was the first one. And I know we had a lot of.
We had fun with that one. So
yeah. I really love these collabs because the talent that I get to work with is an inspiration. And the fact that they want to continue working with me, I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I usually have things planned out. I mean, I'm sure that the girls are all sitting back going, oh my God, she's posting again. But
I don't know, actually, I'm like, yes, please give me more information so that I can add stuff to my book.
Same here. Same here. I'm like, gonna give it all to me now. Thank you.
I've got with the collab with all the authors, I've been doing teasers. I'm working on learning TikTok right now. I took a course through it's a YouTube channel, so I'm watching that. She's also doing a presentation at Inkers this year, so I'm learning all about TikTok and how to put together videos and to get noticed. And I'm writing under a brand new pen name for Agents of STARR, and I just started my TikTok account over with this pen name, and I'm actually surprised because I'm getting 3-digit views and likes and comments on these videos. So
Nice.
I'm learning as I'm going, but yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm excited. This is the second collab. I do have a third one that I am going to be opening up to authors here very shortly. It is a small town romance. So I kind of dabble in the different genres with these collabs, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
What rules or boundaries exist for writers in the Agents of STARR universe?
So for me, I set it so that they are bound into the world for a minimum of 6 months after the last book is published. And I set the price. I set whether it's KU or wide, so they have to agree to those ones. I set the heat level. And I did actually learn something from Hexes and Oaths. So one of the things that I did with the STARR Agency series is I also gave them an option for how dark we could go comparatively, because we did have some darker stuff in Hexes and Oaths. But beyond that, I like to let the authors have as much creative freedom as possible, because I want their voice to shine through, not just necessarily be a carbon copy of what I'm thinking it's going to be. They do have to follow the world rules. So with Agents of STARR, their characters have to be skilled. They have to have a unique skill set. They have to be prepared to be ghosts. So they can't have, they can't have an identity that's well known and a public face, so to speak. But beyond that, it's pretty much open to the author's interpretation, and I like to do that because I think it gives a richer level of writing to the collab.
What is your spice level?
We are minimum of three chili peppers. So
a minimum of three.
A minimum of three chili peppers.
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
Is that the scale?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Yeah.
So how would you define, for people who are listening at home, how would you define 3?
So 3 is there has to be a minimum of 1 to 2 open door explicit scenes.
Okay.
There's no fade to black, no closed door, none of that. So we want the passion, we want that emotion, we want all of that to play out in front of the readers. And the more I'm not going to say the word crude, but the more elaborate the scene is, the better. We want it to be, we want it to be spicy. We want the reader to be engaged in that scene as much as possible.
Do you have a series?
We want the reader to walk away going like this.
Yes.
I mean, clearly.
Yeah, we want the
reader
cold shower.
Themselves. Yeah, they need the cold shower when they're done.
Yeah.
Do you have a series Bible or another resource so writers can follow along with everything that's happened previously?
Yes. One of the nice things about the collab is that there is a huge level of communication between me and the other authors. We chat frequently throughout the day. I am in the process of actually creating a document. I've already got one document that's set up that has the release dates. It's got keywords and hashtags and categories, and it's got all of those things that we can use when we start marketing the book. But I want to create. I'm actually working on creating one that has a list of all of the characters, their ranking, their special skill set, some of the locations, some of the backstory that goes with some of those characters, as well as the backstory behind the creation of STARR and why it was built, and why it was created, and how that creation has impacted the agents that come through, so that when the authors who are writing have access to that information. But one of the nice things with creating that too is there is so much information going to be in this that we can actually pull from it, and we can actually offer it as a specialty, a special reward to some of our ARC team readers, as well as some of our readers so that they can get a glimpse and get really into the series.
How would you define this genre? Because I was trying to kind of wrap my head around it. Is there any is there like a comparison that you could make with a movie or a television show or something that would be similar to this?
This is sort of like I would have to say this particular series is sort of like the Born Identity meets 007 meets
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. Yeah. It's kind of like a mashup of the three of them.
Yeah.
With a little bit of Get Smart thrown in there.
Yes, because we have snarky characters, so yeah.
Oh yes.
We do. We do.
But
snark is
importantly, also romance.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing that it's like, I'm trying to think, like maybe Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's a case where
actually it is
where there is romance.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That occurred to me. What is I would be curious as to what the demographic for this genre is.
So looking at it from what I have seen from my research, it's typically I'm not going to say that it is strictly women. It's not. It's kind of mixed. Typically 30s to 40s, 45, 50-ish, somewhere in around there, who are just looking for an escape that's a little bit of excitement without getting too exciting, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of that middle age. And I use that term very loosely. And there are just as many male readers as there are female readers of this particular genre, I have found.
It seems like to me, not really know, because I did some research on this and I didn't find any hard numbers, but it seems like to me that this would skew heavier toward males than like general romantic fiction or whatever. Like, hey, you put some spies and some guns and some car chases in a thing, then guys are going to perk up a little bit on that, and they might be more interested in that genre.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those things, because there are definitely things that are happening here. There's lots of explosions. There's gunplay. I have
knife play.
Yep.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
There's some knife play.
My very first chapter.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There's some hand-to-hand combat. I've done a lot of research with my character Raven. She's done a lot of studying with and learning different martial arts and fighting techniques. And she routinely spars with Zach, the hero, who's a Navy SEAL. And sometimes she actually beats him. Part of that is probably a little bit of distraction work, but she's very skilled. So, there is that. Yeah.
And then one of my books, my first one out of the two that I'm putting out, he's a former Yakuza who trains members of STARR and who was sent on a mission with his love interest, who's former CIA, and they're chasing down a drug that basically blocks inhibition and fear. And I was able to roll the bad guy from that first book into the second book, which is actually part of a series that I had started years ago and never got any traction on. And I had the very first book written, and I'm looking at this, and I said to Patricia, Patricia, put me down for 2, because I can take that book that I had already done and very easily manipulate it and fix it to slide it into STARR and actually have that book come out in the world in some form, and it not just, be sitting on my computer in the dead pile anymore. Yeah. So
I'm excited. Sorry.
I have a question. I have a question for Angel and for Beth.
Okay.
And the question is, what is the benefit for an author to do a series of books that are all in the same world? You know, like do what you call what you're calling a collective.
Yeah, a shared world.
A shared
series.
world. Yeah.
In
Yeah,
my-
what would be the benefit for an author to do that?
in my opinion, getting to work with other authors, getting to bounce ideas off of them, and being able to share characters. I mean, my MA Destiny and I have a scene that we're sharing. Her one of her male characters, because she's writing a menage, and one of her males, he's a computer geek, but my girl's better. And he messages my girl and he's like, "Hey, we're having this issue. Can you help me?" And she breaks into Mossad's systems to get the information he needs. And that's actually snowballs into what happens in my first book, because she finds out that there's a trafficking ring and that it's based in New Orleans where she's at. And she's going to shut that down immediately. So for me, it's just getting to work with some great other authors, and it helps to build a community.
See, and also what I've experienced with doing Shared World series over the last year is, we are putting this out on KDP. Okay, the world, the ebooks for the world go on KDP, and I've done this before with a lot of the other books, like Dirty Professor, Hot Temptation, the one that came out today. They're all Shared World books. One of the things that I have discovered with the Shared Worlds as well, other than just being able to work with a great group of authors, is that if you are wide and you write in a shared world that is KDP only for your ebooks, you are going to get extra eyes on your stuff. I have actually seen my backlist sell more since I started doing the shared worlds, because people are reading my shared world books and going, well, hey, I wonder what else she's got out. And I've noticed that some of my older stuff, Dorian, Beyond the Steps of Stone, The Lock, I've been getting orders for those. As a matter of fact, I was on Ingram today. I had a paperback order for Taming the Rancher's Daughter and an ebook for The Perfect Mix. Those probably came from someone seeing my shared world out on, one of my shared world books out on Amazon. So it's another great way to get your name out there further and to get your writing visible and really, in the hands of readers.
To everyone, do you see a lot of help between authors on doing cross promotion within a shared series?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You should.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the authors. I mean, I've done some anthologies where it seemed like nobody else was promoting it, and I'm like, because I actually have 2 that I've organized, and I'm like, ladies, you're not getting sales because it can't just be me promoting it. I've done some paid promotions. I put it out on my socials, but if y'all aren't doing it too, the sales aren't going to come. Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's one of the things with my clubs, and I'm sure Beth and Angel are probably getting sick of me with this by now. But that's one of the things. Like, I do tons of teasers, and I do all of this because that's one of the things when you agree to work with me is we all have to promote this. Because one person doing all of the work, it's just not going to happen. There has to be a team effort to promote this, and so. I have been really blessed with working with the ladies that I'm working with working with the people that I'm working with in Hexes and O's as well as in this club, because everyone has been willing to jump in and help with the marketing. And I really feel like it's a two-way street. I'm saying, here, I've got all of these things that I've done for you guys. Take them and use them how you will. And it really does pay in the end, I think, because each book leads into the next book, and each author, as we promote, we are creating that universe, we're creating that world, that community, and we are finding our tribe within that community as well. So,
Yeah.
I am not an expert on this, but as someone who just joined a shared world series, my thought is that this gives me an opportunity to reach readers that I wouldn't have reached otherwise, because I'm in with a whole people who pick up the other author's books might take a chance on, if they like the genre or they like the world, they might take a chance on my book, and vice versa. Like, I will bring people that wouldn't even think about, picking up this series. Yeah. And in addition to that, it seems like to me that why even bother doing something like this unless you're going to really get involved and share each other's books and cross promote and try to push this sort of thing? Because if you're not going to do that, why not just do a book on your own and forget it? I mean, the whole purpose to me, I can come up with ideas for worlds, for the next 200 years. But, being in a shared world means that you get some support from everyone else. That's exciting to me, because even, it's as an independent author, it's a tough world out there. I mean, any chance that you get to maybe lift each other up, that sounds wonderful to me.
Even if the least amount of thing that you can do to promote is to at least share the post for another author, that is still reaching a group of people they did not have access to before.
It's huge.
We're all busy. We're all busy. We all know that sometimes all we can do is, if we're doom scrolling on Facebook for 5 minutes, while we're waiting for, dinner to finish cooking, if we don't have enough time to put our own post up, we at least go in there and share everybody else's and get it out there. Yep. Because sometimes that's all the time we have. Yep. But it's important to continuously share. Every shared world that I've been in, if I see a post pop up from somebody, I share it. Like Angel posted up about looking for ARC readers. I don't have ARC readers. I still shared it. I still went out and shared her post anyway. So even if that is all we have time to do is share each other's post, we're still getting it out there. We're still getting it into the ether. It's still going out to the universe for people to find.
It's huge. It's huge. And one of the things that we're doing with this particular collab is, we all know how important back matter is in our books. How it leads into the maybe it's the next book, or it's a newsletter, or what have you. So for this collab, for every book that comes out, the back matter is going to have either the full first chapter or a portion of that first chapter in the back of the book that comes out for the next book, so that read through is hit. Right. And we're releasing every 2 weeks. So it's not like the reader has to wait 6 months for that next book. Now they've, maybe they've read Lori's book, and
that's
now
huge.
they're ready for the next book, and it's like, boom, it's right there. And everything is on pre-order as of June 1st.
I mean, you're putting a hook for the next book in someone else's book. That's the cross promotion doesn't get any better than that.
No, because my readers may have never read anything by Patricia or Angel before, and say it's Patricia Patricia's the next book after mine, and I put that first chapter in there. They're going to be like, wow, who's this Patricia Bates chick? I want to go read more by her. Or who's this Angel Nix lady? I want to read more about her. Or who's Beth A. Freely? I like her style of writing. I want to read more. It's probably one of the best cross promotions that a group of authors like us can do for each other.
It sounds amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. Before we run out of time, let's get to some of the things that you're looking for. You said you're looking for authors. Yes. What do they need to know, and where do they need to go?
So what they need to know is that this is it's a collab. So of course they have to be willing to work with other authors. It is spicy military romance. So there needs to be some suspense, military, etc. They can check us out on our reader group, because we have all of the contact information. So if they would like to sign up for us for the collab, they can always also reach out to me. They could reach out to Angel. They could reach out to Beth, right? Mm-hmm. And they can put them in contact with a sign-up sheet. Covers are provided. There is a bit of a buy-in fee, but covers are provided. You get your teasers. So we're doing all of that.
The covers are so pretty.
Yes, thank you.
I like how I like how they're coming out.
Yes, I love.
Patricia's doing them all. I like how they also look uniform.
Yeah,
I like how
I'm
they
wearing
look
mini
uniform,
hats. For ARC readers, they have to be willing to commit to reading each. We would like if they would commit to reading each book, but we understand that they may not, because we do have menage, we do have male books, we do have male-female books. But we are looking for ARC readers. They can read what they're comfortable reading with. However, they do have to commit to posting reviews on Goodreads and Amazon, because it is a KU. These are KU stories. And if they don't post those reviews either on Goodreads or Amazon, then we will be removing them from our ARC team. So we want to make sure that they understand that. And
how do ARC readers find you?
So ARC readers can actually find, we do have a couple of posts up on social media. I will be posting on my website, sultryreads.com. We have actually got a world page. It's not a sales page. It is just a world page where they can go and they can see all of the books in the series. On there as well, we will be having the information for ARC readers, and we will also be having the sign-up sheets for authors who are interested. Now, Sultry Reads does not have and take any rights. You are just signing in to play in our world, play in the sandbox. You're responsible for putting it up on KU and editing, and we just work together to help each other promote. And yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah, I mean, you just have to be willing to work with others and play nice and be respectful. And so I'm a hard taskmaster, so they just have to be prepared to put up with me.
When is the first book coming out?
The first book it launches. Just give me 2 seconds here. It is September 24th of this year. Yeah. September 24th of this year.
And you're going to have new books every 2 weeks after that.
Every 2 weeks, a new book coming out. And these are not short books. These are between 30 and 50K. I've noticed that there's a couple of the collabs who said that, they've already hit that 35 or 40K mark. So 50 is about the top limit that we would be going. So these are not short books. And then each author also has the opportunity to release them as print. And then we're looking at doing a few exciting things. I have to work out the full details, but we're looking at doing some book boxes and some other really cool stuff here to help each other promote and that sort of thing. Yeah.
All right, we're down to the last couple of minutes. Is there anything else that anyone wants to say or plug or mention?
Check out everyone else.
Come join us.
Yeah, come join us.
Come join us.
Yes, come join us.
I mean, my
characters
have already run roughshod over me. So,
while we have that moment, come join us. Starting May 19th, we have a week-long event in our readers group where we're doing cover reveals, we're doing excerpts, we're doing meet the authors, we're doing meet the characters, because we do have dossiers on the characters. We are also going to be doing some teasers with some excerpts from some of the books. We're going to be doing prizes, some games. It's going to be a blast. So if you're around that week, please come out to the reader group, which is Agents of STARR reader group on Facebook. And like I say, it's going to be a blast because we are going to have a lot of covers, a lot of great talent there is going to be, so I'm excited to see how everybody has so much fun, and it's going to be a blast.
All right, we're almost down to it. I want to thank both of you for being on here. I knew it would go quick because I knew it would go quick with you two. And I'll also say that, we'll have you back again.
Thank you.
All
It was a
right.
blast.
Well, that's it, folks. Thanks to our guest Angel Nix, Patricia Bates, for Beth A. Freely. I am Dirk Hooper saying, dream hard.